afternoon and many thanks for staying tuned to Nyomi FM radio, broadcasting on 94.0. Welcome to the Riverside News, and here are the top stories. Jammeh claims Gambia's territorial waters holds oil reserves, dismisses Senegal claims. Ngelmark's contract in jeopardy as KAC Council meeting uncovers experience gaps.
Your recommended bidder, Ngelmark, has not met the requirement of 5 years work experience.
In sports, Jonathan McKinstry announces 23-man squad for friendlies against Equatorial Guinea and Uganda. Please stay tuned for details of these stories and more. Many thanks for joining our broadcast and a warm welcome to our listeners across the Gambia. We begin in Equatorial Guinea, where former ousted Gambian President Jammeh claims Gambia's territorial waters holds oil, while dismissing Senegal's Sangamar's claim. Here is more in this report by Mamjara Kamara.
In a stunning revelation, former Gambian President Jammeh has made headlines again, claiming that the territorial waters of the Gambia are rich in oil reserves. During a recent statement, he firmly dismissed any claims by Senegal, asserting that these valuable resources belong to the Gambia. This announcement raises significant questions about the future of the country's energy landscape and its potential impact on regional relations.
Okay, this petrol is not between Gambia and Senegal. This petrol is inside Gambian territorial waters. You cannot lose your petrol. It's not possible. How can you lose your petroleum in your own country because there was a breach in the contract? No way. You cannot lose a country. You lose your oil because the government messed up. No, you cannot do that. It has never happened in the history of the world. Do you know how many times we went to court because of this oil? The Canadian lawyer thought that we cannot win. We Africans being stupid. We just went into globalization and privatization. Nigeria had one of the best airlines in Africa. Nigeria Airways was a household name in Africa. In that I be privatized. The company is called Alimenta. Well, GPMB song. The only payment that we saw was $400,000. $400,000. So the rest of the payment, digital. We could have taken Jaura to court for that. But what did we do? We seized the GPMB. Now let them go and deal with Jaura who sold it to them. You are talking about law. I know the law. World Bank, no, you have to give it back to these people. Otherwise we cannot win the case. I told them to go to hell. I sent soldiers to take over the place. Gambian, my brother is very sad. It's very sad. So we will lose the oil. Kevin told the Australian company, Kevin told a problem. That was what the Canadians were telling me when we kicked them out. And we didn't kick them out at the time their license was operational. The license ended. So they were telling cock and bull stories. What they are talking about is that they will not own the well, but they will go to a court to file an injunction, okay, to make sure that you cannot also drill the oil. That's an injunction. But nobody can do that anymore. Nobody can ever do that. Not with me anyway. That is what they told us when we had a problem. Because they will find an injunction. That is what the Canadians told me. And even the princes, that is what they told me. No, it's not going to happen. We're going to win this case. So they were telling me, no, just renew it and go, no, I refused. I made it very clear. They took us to court 3 days. I think three court sessions. Very long. They withdrew. Hey, my dear brother. Yes, it's called an injunction, so that the court will block you from exploiting the oil. They cannot do that on me. It's not possible. No, it is. No, it's not possible. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Right, from that report by Mamjara Kamara, we shift our attention to the Kerewan Administrative Region, where the Kerewan Area Council KAC recently concluded its council meeting and revealed that Ngelmark did not meet the 5-year working requirement to be awarded contract to build markets within the KAC intervention zones. Mamjara Kamara again.
In a developing story, Ngelmark's contract is facing serious challenges as revelations from the recent Kerewan Area Council KAC meeting highlights significant experience gaps. Concerns have been raised regarding the qualifications and expertise needed for successful project execution. As officials deliberate on the implications, we asked what could this mean for Ngelmark and the future of its operations. CEO Martin said she was not insisting for Ngelmark to be awarded the contract. She said, and I quote, "I am not going to recommend for more than 2 contractors to be given a contract." Here was Senabu Martin, the Chief Executive Officer, CEO at the Kerewan Area Council, defending and giving reasons as to why she awarded contract.
I said it in clear terms in that meeting that I, for one, as the Chief Accounting Officer of the Council, I'm not going to recommend for more than 1 contractor to be given two contracts. I'm not going to recommend. And I can stand anywhere in this country and voice it out. I am not going to recommend because these people have never delivered any contract for the council before, except in the case of Lang. You know, Lang Suare, Naka, Lang Sano worked for the council before, but the rest. So my recommendation, it was a recommendation, and if I go to GPPA, I will defend it there. This is what I believe. It's what I believe as the Chief Accounting Officer, who is going to be questioned for expenditures of taxpayers' money tomorrow. I don't have the confidence to give more than 1 contractor. No, to give a contractor more than 2 contracts. A contractor that has never worked for the council before. So it is stated that the management is a management decision that even though the contractor has 3 years experience, but he has 3 years experience. GPPA requirement is 5 years. The guy has delivered. I have never known Ngelmark before. They are being treated as competitors under my eye. All of them are competitors. We want to know who is going to deliver the best for the council to be able to realize our value for our money. So we said, now, even though Ngelmark has only 3 years experience, let us still recommend to GPPA that we did not recommend that we are going to give in to Ngelmark. We said, because we have these contractors and all of them have equal opportunities, they have all met the requirements. As for the second instruction from GPPA to redo the bidding process, we said now we are going to give equal opportunities to all of them. That was the management recommendation. We are going to give equal opportunities to all of them because Ngelmark, the other Tramakang, at times, they have never worked for the council before. I don't have the confidence to give them each more than 1 contract. Let them do 1 contract each at a time because it's not even safe. Tramakang was initially recommended for three projects. Tramakang was recommended for 3 projects. The board rehabilitations and the market. What about in the case that Tramakang cannot deliver in all the projects? Who is going to be blamed tomorrow? Who is going to be blamed tomorrow? So this is the reason why, and GPPA sent a text yesterday that they want to see us. If I go, I am going to recommend that even though this contractor, I don't know them, but I have seen in their profile that they should be able to deliver. As Gambian contractors, I want to give them the opportunity to show us what they can do. I am going to defend that to GPPA if I go on Tuesday. If GPPA wants, let them disapprove. At that point, I will lay off my hands. But for now, this is my point.
We will be ending this edition with Jonathan McKinstry, the head coach of the Senior Scorpions of the Gambia, who unveiled his 23-man squad to rub shoulders in a friendly match against Guinea Equatorial and Uganda. Ramatulai Fai tells us more.
Gambia's national football coach Jonathan McKinstry has officially announced his 23-man squad set to compete in the upcoming friendly matches against Equatorial Guinea and Uganda. The selection includes a mix of experienced players and fresh talents, aiming to strengthening the team's performance ahead of future competition. Join coach Jonathan McKinstry as he breaks down his squad selection and what fans can expect in these crucial matches.
Right, on to the squad. So, for goalkeepers, Ibrahima Jarju, Babukar Gay returns to the squad. Jordi Bilali Danso of Girona enters the squad for the first time as our 3 goalkeepers. Defenders, Mamadou Lion Njai, Sheriff Sinyan, Musa Jata of ASU Ula, Dembo Saidikan from Vancouver Whitecaps, Alaji Sain of Horsens, Saini Sanyang, CSK Sofia, Omar Gay, Babukar Njai, and Mohamed Sane are our defenders. In the midfield, we have Mamadou Badjo, Jesper Cisse comes in for his first cap, Alassane Mane, Mohamedou Dramé of Sochaux in France comes in for his first cap, are our central midfielders. And then for the forwards, we have Abdoulaye Bamba Sanyang, Abdoulaye Mane of Mialbi, Yusuf Sanyang of Usters, Jibril Silla of Azam, Adama Sidibe returns, St Johnston, Zakaria Sawo of Djurgården, and for the first time in what I'm told 3.5-4 years, from the GFF Division 1, Alaji Wali is in the squad representing Hawks. So that's your 23-man squad. Like I said, there's 12 new players in there who've never played for the national team before, and yeah, we're very excited about it. We think it's not just for today, these players. If they show their high performance standards in this camp, they obviously can have the opportunity to come back in September, October. But we also think this is us starting to lay the foundations for the next 5 years of the Scorpions as well through this camp.
We have come to the end of this edition of the Riverside News on Yomi FM, transmitting on 94.0 from the North Bank region NBR in the heart of Esso. But before we go, here are the top stories. Jammeh claims Gambia's territorial water holds oil reserves, dismisses Senegal claims. Ngelmark's contract in jeopardy as KAC Council meeting uncovers experience gaps. In sports, Jonathan McKinstry announces 23-man squad for friendlies against Equatorial Guinea and Uganda. Many thanks to reporter Ramatulai Fai, producer Mamjara Kamara, and editor Kader Njai for the technical assistance. I am Usman A. Marong. Bye for now.